right, this warm-up is a little bit slower paced. We don't necessarily have any hardcore cardio happening this month. Welcome to Acro Fundamentals Lesson 6. All right, we're starting down on the mat. Again, play soft music in the background while you guys are walking through these warm-ups with your students. All right, let's place our hands on the floor in front of us. We're doing our elbow rotations on the floor here. This is great for practicing our handstands. You want to make sure that the insides of your elbows are always looking at each other when you're doing your handstands. We don't want them to be hyperextended. So we're going to come down here. We're going to do 10 rotations here. We're going to go out, 1 and in, and 2 and in, 3, 4. Keep your elbows straight. 5. Just rotate them. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10, and bring them back to the center. Hold it there. This is where we would be balancing in those handstands. So we want to make sure that the insides are looking at each other. Yep. And we're going to circle around those wrists all the way as far forward as you can. 1, 2. Really try to get your shoulders over those fingertips as far forward as you can go. Winnie. 3. You can go further. 4. You should feel some pressure in your wrists. Good. And let's go to the other side. Circle around those wrists. Yes, if you get down and try this with us, you will feel those different pressure points and balance points happening in your wrist. Good, one more time, and shake it out. Nice, let's go ahead and bring those hands down in front of us, and we're gonna sit our pelvis down onto the backs of our heels, stretching the tops of the arms, the insides of the arms. I don't know which side it is. Good, and then arms up, switch, hands down, stretching the backs of the wrists, or the tops of the wrists. Shake it out. One last one that I'm going to throw in there is we're going to cross our wrists just like this. And again, hold these for as long as you guys see fit. And switch other side. Good, and shake it out. And we're going to take our wrists and we're going to circle them a few times to the right, circle them to the left. Good, bring those hands together, and we're going to do a figure 8 with our wrists. Circle, 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 circle. See if you can reverse that. Ooh, a little brain exercise at the same time. And shake it out. Let's go ahead and stand up onto our feet. Arm circles forward. Keep those hands in a fist. Nice straight arms. We're going to circle 8 times to the front. Ready? Go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And circle them back. 1, 2. Keep going. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Good. Make sure those feet are open, a little bit wider than your hips when you do those, yes? Cross the chest and open. Go. 1, 2. Keep going. 3, 4. I don't want to interfere with the mic. 5, 6, 7, 8, and finish. Good. This next one, I'm coming in front of them because I don't want to accidentally hit anybody. We're literally snapping and throwing your arms with no, they just need to be like spaghetti noodles, okay? So, and that throw is going to come from pivoting your hips, and it's going to make those arms react. So we're going to start over here. So we're going to start with this hip first, and then those arms are going to shoot out, and then they're going to wrap and smack. It's going to be a little bit sore, and then you're going to pivot this left hip to initiate those arms, yeah? So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let me come behind them. Ah! Go. Go. Use your hip. Throw. Spaghetti arms. Snap. 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 And relax. It feels so good on your arms, okay? Next, let's bring those arms up above our heads. We're going to do opposite arm circles. So hands come into fists. Our right arm is going to come down to the front. Left arm goes to the back. They meet in the middle. And then left arm comes up and right arm comes up behind us. Ooh, Winnie. So start this with your students. Nice and slow. 3, until they can get the coordination of it. 4, and now we can start to go a little faster. Down and up. Yes. Down and up. Down and up. Down and up. Down and up. Eventually, you want to be able to go really fast. Other way. Ready? So now our left arm comes down. And then now switch. And right arm comes up in front of you. Twist. You can use your shoulders a little bit. It comes down right in front of you, girls, not to the side. Down. It's been a few months since they've been in this class, so they're Also getting a little bit of a refresher course here. And swing down and up. Down and up. There we go, Allison. Swing it. Down and up. Down and up. Down and up. Down and up. Opposites. Juggle our arms. We're going to take our hands in a big jazz hand, fingers. Woo! All right. Right arm comes up across your face like you're wiping. Goes around behind your back. Bring your elbow to meet the top of your head. So your hand should be past your head. And then it's going to extend up and down. Again, so we wipe across, behind, extend up, down. Wipe, behind, up, down. 1, 2, 3, 4. Don't let those ribs move. 5, hold your tummy in. 6, torso doesn't move. 7, that's the only way it's going to warm up your shoulder, okay? Eventually you can do this holding a dumbbell weight, and it needs to be a little bit faster. Yeah? Let's go to the left. 6, 7, we go. Wipe across, behind, out. Across, behind, out. Wipe your face, behind, out. Face, behind, out. A little faster. 1, 2, 3, 4. Can you go faster? And 1, 2, 3, 4. Both hands. 1, 2, 3, 4. Just for extra. That's for extra fun, but we'll do that when you guys get a little bit older. We are in our pike stretch forwards. We're holding it here. Okay, hold it again as you see fit in your class. Make sure the backs of their knees are down onto the floor. Girls, go ahead and flex your toes. Grab the tops of your toes. Pop those heels off the floor. So we're working into that hyperextension. So we're pressing the backs of the knees down to where those heels pop off. Come on, hold it. Is it sore? Wow, we need to get back in class. Hold those toes. Good, and then a little further, what we're gonna do next is we're gonna take our hands and we're going to actually place our entire forearm underneath that calf, so our feet are lifted off the ground. Yep, and then we're gonna take that nose into your knee. So we're gonna try to actually lift, get this all the way underneath there. Yeah, so we're actually lifting our legs up off of the mat. There, and then squeezing, holding. Is that sore? Hold it for 10, good. 9, come on girls, hold it. 8, 7, push. 6, 5, 4. So it's almost an easy way of oversplitting just by an inch by putting those arms and lifting that leg up off of the mat. And shake it out. Good. Soles of the feet together into your butterflies, please. Reach it forward, hands all the way down and out in front of you. And we hold it here. This stretch is pretty self-explanatory. Beautiful. Let's stretch it over to the right. Point those toes. We're going to make sure that this hip stays down on the floor. And up, over to the left. We're going a little bit faster than what we would do necessarily in class for you guys. And walk it down the center and hold it there. Point those toes. Make sure our knees stay up to the ceiling. Make sure those big toes do not touch the floor. So moving on in this lesson, you have your lesson plan again printed out in front of you. If you do not and you're watching this video, jump over to our website. You can purchase the entire curriculum and lesson plans with more details and how to teach things for your dance classes. So in this warm-up, the Cobra stretches, the Cobra series are the same, okay, as last month. Your reverse crunches are next, and those are the same. Extreme boat rocks and banana pose. Banana pose, the series changes slightly, so we're gonna jump into that one for you right now. And we're gonna go into that banana pose. Ready? Hold it there for 10, 9, 8, lower those legs, 7, 6, flat back, 5, 4, straight knees, 3, 2, and rock it for 1, and 2, feet don't touch the floor, and 3, 4, work on that control, Winnie, 5, point your feet please, 6, 7, last one, V-sit, hold it, for 1, 2, 3, arms are out, 4, stay, 5, 6, 7, egg beaters, we beat, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 2 more, 9, and 10, and down. Thank you. So egg beaters are beating those legs across. Okay, your knee back bends and your back bend series again this month are the same as last month. All right, we're gonna go into elbow back bends because we are taking those a little bit further this month. So girls, let's go ahead onto our backs. Now we're adding those elbow rocks. So we're gonna start rocking ever so small, just a little bit. So see how she's stretching her under her shoulders here in those elbow rocks, and she's gonna press it back up, and then we're gonna come on down. Your straight leg back bend rocks are the same. Basket and donuts are the same. Back bends from standing are the same. So please refer back to a previous lesson if you need those again. Chin stands this month are the same with straight legs and toes to our head. Balancing section. Scorpions are still the same. Next, we're gonna jump into pike headstand drags. So these are slightly different from last month. Okay, we're doing our pike headstand drag. So you can do this with tights over your feet, or if you guys wanna purchase these sliders, you can do so on Amazon. If I remember, I'll put the link in the description below as well. Okay, so we're gonna go over our toes, so over the top of the foot, okay? Our heads, our elbows, girls, relax please, okay? Our elbows need to stay in nice and tight for this one. So the girls are gonna go into the position and they're gonna hold that position. So we're up in our pikes, our hands are on the floor and our feet are together, okay? So from there, what a drag looks like is they're gonna slide all the way down and hold that position, stay, thank you Allison. So our elbows should be touching our torsos, yes. Your head is bent slightly and her feet are down, okay? And we're gonna push the floor with those arms and lift our hips up and then back down, 2, and push and lift it up. And 3, push and lift it up. And 1 more, 4, and bring it up. Okay, so come on down, slide all the way down and press it all the way up. Slide all the way down, elbows in by your sides and lift your booty up all the way down, all the way up. Good, one more time please, all the way down and all the way up. Elbow stands are the same this month in your lesson, so please review the last video if you need to. They're in double attitudes, still in the center, practicing finding that balance. Okay, our handstands, this month we're gonna review our body placement in our handstands. So let's go ahead and stand up on our feet. Okay, so let's talk about the placement of our bodies in our handstands. So we are going to take our arms up to our ears, okay? We wanna make sure that our arms are no wider than our shoulders. We wanna make sure that our wrists are forward. Okay, so we don't want to handstand out here. It's going to be right directly over our shoulders. We actually have some pretty broad shoulders. You could go a little wider, okay? All right, the next thing, if you see Allison turn to the side here, do you see how she's kind of curving here? We don't want that, okay? So we're going to work on keeping our torso nice and straight and closing our ribs, which is the tough thing to explain to kids. That's really hard to understand. That's perfect, yes. So it's almost like we've got that corset on and we're zipping it really, really tight so everything's going in and coming up. Okay, so we don't want to flare those ribs out. We want to keep those down. Yep, it's almost like that banana pose, that hollow position. Okay, so our arms are out. Is spider hands, okay? So once you really get into your balancing and taking it a little bit further, we want to actually press. We want to lift that middle knuckle off of the floor in your handstand. So if you go ahead and put your hands on the floor and we drag those fingertips in, you should see your fingernails get white because of the pressure on it. So we should have this knuckle on the floor and that knuckle on the floor, but the top one should be off, okay? And you can play around with, you can bring your weight forward and you can say, oh yeah, like I feel it. I'm using this part of my hand to balance, okay? It's like toes at the end of your foot, keeping you from falling over. So I'm gonna go ahead and show a close-up for you guys of what your hands, you can practice doing spider hands, what that looks like. With all of those extra tips and thinking about that body placement, keeping that in mind, go ahead and work on those handstands. So we're kicking up and we're gonna really try to keep those hands right underneath our shoulders. Oh, you see, you held it pretty for a split second there. And keep those ribs tucked in, keep your head in line with your body. Okay, so we're here, we're squeezing. Yes. What I like to do sometimes is walk around and I'll just make a circle and try to get the kids to stay in the circle. It's a good one. Ah. Okay, our elbows, or sorry, not our elbows. Our necks are nice and long and our shoulders are gonna stay like this the entire time. Ooh, this hair is Okay, so make sure that your students keep this body frame, okay? Elbows and nice and tall, long necks, beautiful. We wanna make sure that both hip bones stay pressed onto the floor. We're gonna do little kicks on the right, just lifting it up and down. And up, it's not gonna go very high because we wanna keep both of those hip bones on the floor. It's about activating all of these back leg muscles. Ready? Here we go. And 1, 2, 3, 4, hide necks, 5, chins up, 6, beautiful, 7, 8, 2 more, 9, 10, left leg, lift, 1, 2, keep those hips down, 3, that's it, 4, that's it, 5, good, 6, 7, 8, 9, control it, no plopping, 10, and down, good. Did that burn at all? Because it was a little bit, yeah, because it wasn't very many. So probably do around 20 to 30 of those on each leg with your kids. Okay, go, forward roll, rebound, turn. Jump, turn. There we go, that's better. And jump, turn. Go, Allison. Nice, you guys, much better. Twist ups that we've been working on in the center. I'm gonna have Winnie go ahead and come right here for me. So we're gonna start, when I say inside out, traveling to the right, that means that you should be moving in the right direction. Okay, so she's gonna start with her head facing the front, and we're gonna come down onto our hands and knees. Not our hands and knees, sorry, hands and feet. All right, we wanna make sure that we have soft bent knees here. The sequence is foot, hand, hand, foot. Say it.
Foot, hand, hand.
Foot, hand, hand, foot. Okay, we're crossing our foot and back first. We go foot. All right, this hand is gonna be turned, just like if we were doing a twist up. All right, we're gonna twist and lift those hips up and put our hand on the floor. Fingers look at each other, just like twist up around the world. This hand comes up and over, and then foot follows. Yeah, so let's have Winnie scoot back over. Foot, other foot, going to the right. Foot, hand, and then foot. Okay, so what happens is, go ahead and come back for me. Most often, people start with their feet too far away from their hands. So if you start out here, there's no way you can do a back bend in this position. So if you see that your kids are getting stuck, just make sure that their feet are pretty close to their hands and they're right underneath you. Okay, so that way you can press up and lift those hips into that back bend position. Okay, so let's go ahead, girls, and show them traveling twist ups, or sorry, inside outs, traveling to the right. Ready, Allison? Keep going, Winnie. Foot, hand, hand, foot. Okay, and as they carry on going, I'll talk a little bit control. Come on, guys. I'll talk a little bit about spotting. So obviously you would just come around, she would go here, and then I would let them fall onto my arm there, and then I would push, and I would just keep letting them ride along my forearm there. Nice. Or, yeah, what we just did. Just a slightly different angle. Finish nicely all the way across. Good, Allison. One-handed cartwheels this month. So for starters, you're gonna take your right hand and we're gonna place that one on the bottom, and we're gonna take our left hand and we're going to grab our wrist and stack it like this. So we'll do our cartwheels like that first. Let's go ahead and demonstrate that, please, Winnie. So we cartwheel with one-handed pointed toes. This is a great way for them to start, okay? And then Allison will demonstrate on the left. So this is progression number 1 for one-handed cartwheels. Awesome. Progression number 2 for one-handed cartwheels, if that is too easy. If they can do 3 of those in a row and it's looking pretty solid, you can say, okay, it's time for you to take that hand off. You don't need it anymore. So they're gonna go ahead and just keep that arm here or put it on their hip, yes. So she's gonna go on the right, 1 cartwheel 3 times, and then Miss Allison's going to show you the same thing on the left. So they're just gonna hold that arm in front of them. You can have them put it around their tummy, on their hip, behind their back, whatever you guys like to do, okay? Now, progression number 3, we want to make it look pretty, right? We don't want to put this on stage or anything. And some people say that it's not really creating bad habits, it's just easier to teach them to get it like that on their own. For me, this is what has worked. Now we're going to go from that tendu position in the squared off place. If we're going to do our right cartwheel, we're going to swing that left arm down and out, okay? Tell your students they don't have to think about it. It's just going to naturally get out of their way. It's not going to get tangled up, okay? So Winnie's going to swing that arm really fast and hard and beautiful and go into that one-handed cartwheel, beautiful, just like that. So she swings it, boom, nice. And open your legs and point your toes, cartwheel, wide legs. Swing. You didn't swing it that last one. Come back, do one more. Right foot and swing that arm. Swing, better. Swing, beautiful. And swing. One more, just keep it right by your side. Yeah, perfect. You may have noticed that with your cartwheels, we started with a normal cartwheel, then we started with a passe cartwheel, then we started with a step hop heel drive cartwheel. Why? Because all of those were baby steps leading up to a running cartwheel. So now this month, we are going straight into our running cartwheels on the right, 3 times. Ready? Go. 1. Make sure, go on back, Winnie. Make sure that those arms come up with your passe at the same time. 2, there we go. And one more. Excuse me. 3, point those feet. Okay, ready now, 3 on the left, Miss Allison. 1, 2, 3. Make sure all of your students do both sides, right and left. If they're a little bit apprehensive about falling, they can walk the mat until they get there, and then they can just go into their passe cartwheel until they get a little bit more comfortable with it, okay? Always make sure, reiterate with them that their hands go by the foot that's in front and not away, or you end up with that contemporary jump cartwheel thing. Next, you're gonna have the person B, so we'll say A and we'll say B, standing on top, okay? So Allison can either put her hands on the outside, like on the floor. If you're starting, you can do that. Eventually, we would like to have them holding on to the tops of your partner's legs, okay? From there, Allison's gonna lift a leg up. Winnie's gonna lift her up and straight arms, and Allison's gonna bring her hips over her shoulders. So we make this beautiful box. How cool is that? Okay, a variation, you can go ahead and let go of one leg there, Winnie. Yep, and she can start to bend it. Ta-da, and hold it and straighten this leg. All right, and then she's gonna bring it back down, grab it. And how we get out of this, Allison's gonna tuck her head and forward roll, but to stand up, okay? So that's the easy way of getting into it. The harder way that we would like to do more of a dance like is Winnie's gonna lie down flat on her back. Second way to get into it is we go into this beautiful plank position. So you'll see Winnie is all the way down flat on the floor. Okay, this is very tough. It's a lot of muscles involved here. And Winnie's going to curl herself up. Beautiful, there we go. And then Allison can tuck her head and forward roll out of it. Yeah. Good job, guys. Front splits up against the wall. So we're gonna take our right leg and we're gonna put it out in front of us. We're gonna take this back knee and we're gonna put it all the way up against the back of the wall. You guys remember this one? Oh, this is a sore one, okay? And instead of staying in this lunge, we're gonna slide it all the way down into that split. Okay, so we're gonna go all the way down and we're gonna try to really, keep those hips nice and square so this back knee stays right there. Perfect. Yep, that's it. And we hold it for 10. Is it sore? 9, 8, 7, 6, don't let that foot drop. 5, so you have to pull this hip forward. 4, 3, 2, is it sore, Allison? No? A little bit. And relax. Good, let's try the left. So bring that knee all the way up against the back of the wall. Slide it down, hold it there, stay, go back, come on. Come on, Winnie, get it up, get it up. Hold it. You haven't had a good sore stretch in a while, so we'll take it. And shake it out. All right, guys, thank you so much for joining us. I hope everything is going awesome in your classes there. Reach out if you have any questions, and we will see you guys next month. Bye.